Right, so we are going to go over a video I found from a YouTuber, Sam Alexander. It kind of goes over what I was talking about last week. I did in a short video about how there's a shortage on certain vehicles, especially trucks, box trucks, commercial vehicles, electronic vehicles in the car industry. And they have a wait list on ordering these cars. You put down a small deposit and you get put on the wait list to get the car sent to you. But what's happening is when the cars come in, they're only getting so amount of cars shipped to the dealerships, so that now all the people that had them on reserve there's not enough to demand for the customers, enough supply for the customers' demand. So what these dealerships are doing are actually marking up the price of these cars and trucks $5,000 up off the manufacturer's suggested retail price, the MSRP. So this guy actually has an email that's going around. I'm going to play a little bit of this.
Hey everyone, you know how over the last couple of years there's been a ton of scalping going on when it comes to graphics cards and consoles and stuff like that? And everyone is really frustrated at the scalpers because they make it so that you actually can't buy the product for the MSRP or even for a reasonable price most of the time. The scalpers are largely individuals using bots to buy everything before everyone else, but they're mostly individuals. If this was happening at a corporate level, it would be much worse, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, what if I told you that car dealerships are doing the same thing with new cars and most people aren't even aware that it's going on? The premise is simple. A car company, let's say Ford, releases a new car and it's really popular, so they don't have enough cars to...
And that's actually where I went. I went to a Ford dealership and found this out, actually from a car salesman.
Fill the pre-orders. So far, everything is fine and dandy. People get really excited about this new car and they pre-order it, but instead of just selling the cars to those that got in line first, like what most companies do, the dealerships are saying to everyone that got in line that actually, now, if you want to keep your place in line, you have to pay a higher price than what we originally agreed upon. It's like the dealerships are saying, yeah, we know you pre-ordered the car upon the premise that it would cost this amount, but now we decided to artificially increase that price so we can pocket the difference. And because we know some of you really want this car, we know some people will pay that premium. People would be pissed. I myself would be livid, yet that's exactly what's happening in the story I have for you today. And we have email proof.
So now he's going to go into an email that he has from a customer that was sent from a dealership, a Ford dealership, about a Ford Lightning he ordered. And actually, when I was at the dealership, the guy at Ford dealership, they was saying that the Ford Lightning is on back order, and it may not be up until 2023 after this order until they are like kind of fully in stock. So this is really a bad sign.
From the dealership that's exactly what's going on. Then after we look at the story, I want to talk about why dealerships exist and why they're going to have to change if they want to continue to exist in the future. Because their current existence is creating problems where there don't need to be problems. So let's look at this leaked email, and I blocked out the email address of the person who actually did the pre-ordering just to keep them anonymous. I just don't want to be the one who personally spreads the information.
This is fair use
if a party doesn't want that information spread. However, I left the dealership's name in there because they need to be exposed for exactly what they're doing. Okay, so let's read this email. It says, "Good evening. You are receiving this email because you reserved a Ford Lightning with Rodman Ford. Unfortunately, Rodman currently has over 200 reservations at this time and is only being allocated with 10% of the reservations. To guarantee your order for this upcoming spring, there will be an adjusted markup on the vehicle of $5,000 from the MSRP. The first 10% of the customers that respond to this email agreeing with that markup will be put as priority to purchase the Ford Lightning this spring. Ford is anticipating opening orders in January and having the vehicle roll out between April and June. The reservation order list will be finalized on Friday, 12/17/2021. If you no longer have interest in the Lightning, please let us know and we will remove you from the reservation list as well." Okay, and that's pretty clear, but let me summarize it in plain English. They just said, we know you pre-ordered the Ford Lightning expecting a certain price, but so did a bunch of other people, and we don't have enough for everyone, so instead of respecting the pre-order line, which is literally why you pre-ordered to get in line, we're going to use this excess demand as a way to squeeze more money out of the people that really want the truck.
This is crazy. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen in my life. Now, there are some caveats to this. If you are able to get that truck, are able to one of the lucky ones, I would turn around and sell that thing for the extra $10,000. As you see, they don't plan on getting any of them built until June of 2022. And I mean, it's really looking like the auto industry are playing games. Either it's really a supply shortage or they're seeing that they can get extra money out of customers by saying these things are out of stock. And everybody know how human psychology is. Once things start becoming in demand, everybody wants it, whether they really want it or not. They just, gotta have it because it's a lack and other people can't get it. So this is a cautionary tale of the auto industry. If you're buying new cars right now, it's a rough market out there, even used cars. Things are, holding their value a lot more, or prices are actually going up on used cars. So just be cautious, do your research, make sure you get the best deal possible. Make sure you work with the salesman to get the best deal, ask them all the information. Any tips, because the guy I talked to at the Ford dealership, man, he was very helpful. He put me on game of what everybody's doing before I even saw this video. So it's definitely true. There's no cap in this. So make sure you got a very strong credit score, and you can have the options to go different dealerships and not have to suffer or play these games, and keep your options open in the kind of car model you want. Obviously these Lightnings or a hot commodity, and you don't want to get beat over the head and paying double, in the long run, especially if you finance it. You're going to be paying almost triple if you're paying $10,000 over market price. So just want to drop this little quick video. Till next time, guys.